Hey everybody, it's Josh here again. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing good today. Hey guys, we're in the garage. We're going to be doing some work on the MT-09 today, guys. But this is going to be a long video. Well, not long on the video part of it, but long video for me because it's going to take me a few days to record this. So, guys, we're going to tear the wheels off today, and we're going to be getting them over to LOF Motorsports in Lantana, Florida. And Reggie over there is going to take the tires off for us, work the bearings out, and then they're going to go over to LS powder coating, guys, and we're going to powder coat them. Now, I'm not going to tell you the color yet. I'm going to let you watch the video to see what color they come out. Or if you follow me on Instagram, you might have gotten a hint already. And I've talked about doing this before, guys. But, you know, the paint on the Yamaha wheels is very, very thin. Not very durable, and you know, a little touch, a little scratch, and it's you know, a little nick or whatever, and it does it. And you guys saw when I was screwing up during the tire change video, just touching it against the rotors a little bit, and they had some scratches and nicks in them and stuff like that. So, all right, guys. So nothing fancy here to take the wheel off. You guys have all done this. You know what I mean? You're just going to back off the. I always back off my my adjustment nut here just to make sure that I have it loose. You know, it gives you a little more room to get the chain off and stuff like that, and then I just spin this in out of the way. You know, if you don't have the TST axle sliders that I have, it's no big deal. It's the same process, just 32mm nut. Loosen that up, we'll kick the axle out, and then we'll get this rear wheel off. So I'm not going to sit here and record all this for you guys. You guys can go see the tire change video for this stuff. And guys, honestly, this is all basic maintenance stuff here to take this take the rear wheel off. So I'm going to get all that off, and then we'll work on the front. Alright guys, and as usual, just one quick tip here. You know, this is my rear axle, obviously, with my sliders and bushings and everything like that that are in there. What I do, guys, is I always pull it out, especially when it's going to be apart for a little while, and I put everything back on the axle the way it is. So I have the axle here starting, then I have my one slider or spacer. You guys might have a square aluminum spacer here. Then I have the bushing, then I have the axle, then I have the bushing from the other side, the brake side. Again, the other slider, or like I said, you guys might have an aluminum block, a little washer, and then nut. So I put all that back together, guys, because then when I come out and it's time to reinstall the wheel, I know exactly how all of it goes. All right, guys, for all of you who are that were along for the adventure when I put the Road 6 tires on and all the frustration I had because I forgot to remove the brake calipers, like I told you guys, you learn lessons, right? We're not forgetting this time. So, guys, to take these calipers off, it's two 12 mils, right? There's one here at the top, and there's one here at the bottom. You loosen those up, it kicks it off of this bracket. And then I'm just going to take a piece of regular house wire, guys, and just find a place to loop it in here, and then just wrap them up out of the way. And then we'll get the axle the rest of the way out, and we'll get the tire off. But just want to make sure you guys remember, like I said, if you watched my video for my when I put the tires on, I got real frustrated. I was tired and I wasn't paying attention, and I forgot to do this part. So it was I sat there trying to pull the wheel off and couldn't pull it off. So this time we're remembering to do the calipers first and then pull it off. Hey guys, I know I mentioned already, but I got here just a piece of like regular copper house wire, and you'll recognize, guys, this piece of wire because it was the one I used when I installed the quad lock wireless charging head. But I'm going to use this now. I'm just going to basically wrap it around the caliper and then find a place somewhere up higher on the bike, either off the handlebars or somewhere over the radiator, or maybe even off of the frame slider here, just to hold it out of the way so that when I'm pulling the wheel out, I'm not banging against anything. So, guys, pretty simple. Just stick it anywhere that you can get a good grip on it, and just, you know, a little light bend, and then you can just pull it. And here, I'll turn the thing a little bit here, guys. I'm just going to wrap it like once around my I just wrapped it up there around the frame slider, guys, just to keep it out of the way. But now you can see, guys, the caliper's way out of the way, nowhere near the wheel. Makes it a lot easier to get off. So, like I said, even cars, guys, anything like that, you're going to do the brakes. You don't really want to have a lot of tension on the brake lines, like from it hanging down and stuff like that. So, nice, easy way is a piece of house wire that's very flexible, and you can tie it off just about anywhere. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side, and we'll get this front wheel the rest of the way off. Alright guys, so same thing here. I used the wire to hold the caliper up. I got the front wheel off. I got both wheels now over here. And just like with the rear axle, guys, I laid the spacers out on the axle the way they go. I also took the TST frame slider, put it the same way. Now, I know how they go back on, and with this axle, the bushings are the same, and the axle only goes in one way. But still, guys, again, good idea just to lay everything out so you have it right. So I'm going to put this stuff back a little more, because then on this rubber mat here, we're going to pick the wheels up, starting with the front wheel and the rear wheel. On the front wheel, we're going to get the discs and the and the ABS sensor off, and on the rear wheel we're going to get the sprocket and the rear disc off, so that then we'll load them in the Jeep, and then on Tuesday when I'm on my way home from work, we'll go to LOF and we'll get these dropped off. Alright guys, just wanted to show you this first piece before I take everything off, and then we'll I'm going to take it off and move on, but I'm not going to record all this. But basically guys, there's five Allen bolts here for the rotor, and then there's 5 for the ABS sensor piece. So we're just going to pop those off, keep them in order, and I think the discs are the same, guys. I'm not 100% sure. So just to be on the safe side, when I take this one off, I'm just gonna put a little mark on the back so I know it goes with the ABS piece, and the other one I won't put a mark on, and then I'll just remember which one was which. Alright guys, we're on to the rear wheel. Got the front discs off. They're all sitting over here. I taped one of them, like I said, to mark it for the ABS side just to make sure. Got all the nuts and bolts into a nice little bin right there. And about to take this off. So guys, if you don't know, this is a rubber mounted sprocket. So basically what happens is underneath there's some bushing or some isolators underneath. So all you really have to do is just pick up on this a little bit, and I'll do it, and I'll show you what's underneath it. But basically it's just 5 little rubber pieces. So hold on, let me pull it out and I'll show you. So guys, now you can see here's those isolators that go on the wheel. So what I'm going to do, guys, like I did the last time when I had the wheels done, I'm just going to take a picture of those isolators so I know which orientation they go in, and then go from there. So, and then flip it over and take the disc off, and then we'll be done with the first part of this project. Alright guys, so it's been about 3 weeks since I tore the bike apart to go have the wheels powder coated. You know, just little things got in the way, guys, dropping the wheels off and work, and then I was on vacation for a week and some other stuff. So, but I got the wheels back last week, guys, before I went on vacation. As you can see, guys, the bike is still in parts, but let's walk over to the bench, guys. And there's the final result there with the gold wheels, guys. And I'll tell you what, Lewis over at LS Powder Coating knocked it out of the park. So if you guys are in the Palm Beach County area, Martin County, St. Lucie County, anywhere in this area, guys, Broward, you know, go see Lewis if you got to have something powder coated, because these things came out awesome. So we're going to get the brake rotors and stuff put back on, and we'll get these mounted back on the bike, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, we got the rotors reinstalled, we got the ABS sensor reinstalled. Listen guys, I have a torque wrench, but I used my finely calibrated elbow and know that these are in the right way. I put a little bit of blue Loctite on them and put the bolts back. I also didn't replace the bolts, because I know you're supposed to replace the bolts, but honestly they're not. They were looked to be in great shape, so I just reused the ones I had. So now we're going to go over and get this back on the bike. Alright guys, I'm just getting set up here to get the front wheel back on. I just set it in there for a minute there, and then I got my grease and my axles and my bushings out. And we're, you know, I'm not going to sit here and film it, but guys, you can see that in my other videos. But we're just going to get that wheel up in place, get everything torqued down, get the calipers put back on, and then we'll move on to the rear wheel to get that one done. But again, guys, kind of boring footage here, just putting it back together. But if you guys have questions, you can either go watch my other video where I did the tire change, or hit me in the comments and I'll answer what I can. Alright guys, so I got the front wheel back on the bike, and I'm getting ready to assemble the rear wheel. And I just wanted to throw you guys a quick tip here too, right? So when you guys have things apart, take the opportunity to clean them, right? So you can see here, I cleaned the backside of this sprocket pretty good now. And I'm wiping it up and just getting all the grease and stuff off of it, just trying to make it as clean as possible, because this is one of those parts, guys, that you really can't clean unless it's off the bike. So when you have stuff apart, take the time and clean it. You can see here, guys, see how clean the sprocket is on this side. Now let's flip it over, and you can see all the dirt and the grime, and I've already scraped some of that off, but I'm going to hit this with some Simple Green or some chain cleaner and clean up this side too. Just get it as, you know, as shiny as possible, because again, this is one of those parts, guys, that you're not going to be able to clean that often, especially detail clean, because you really can't get into all these little nooks and crannies unless it's off the bike. So just a little tip, guys, like I said, when you take stuff apart, clean it up real good before you put it back together again. It'll just make it easier to work with putting it back together. It just makes it look nice. Alright guys, you guys will remember that I took a picture of this layout, and that's what I used actually to make sure that these rubbers go back in the right way. I actually don't think you can put them in backwards, guys, but still, it's just one of those things, you know, one more extra step just to make sure things go the correct way and get put back the right way. So we're going to slap the sprocket on this. We got the rotor and the ABS sensor on the other side. We'll get it back in a bike. Hey guys, real quick, just while I'm reassembling things and getting things back together, show you one more trick that I do too here is, guys, you see I got this piece of white PVC pipe. A lot of times I'll use that, or a big ass screwdriver or something like that. Anything straight and long, if you got a wood dowel or something like that, I use that to get everything all lined up, and then I just chase it back out with the axle. It makes it a lot easier than trying to fumble with a greasy axle and everything else, or trying to get stuff put back together. This way, guys, you got something that's a little smaller than your axle, but it's enough to get it all lined up and get everything back in place. It does make life a little bit easier. All right, guys, got everything finished up here. Bike is still in the garage, but I see the sun just came out. It's been raining a little here today, so we're going to roll it outside to get a new look on this. But guys, I'm going to say it, Yamaha should have put gold wheels on the SP from the beginning. I think it looks amazing, but let me get it rolled outside in the sun and we'll get some good pictures. Guys, here she is outside with the new gold wheels on. I think it looks absolutely amazing. Yamaha screwed up. This bike should have came with gold wheels from the factory. Lewis over to LS Powder Coating knocked it out of the park. The gold looks mint. It's very close to what's on the KYB forks and the Öhlins reservoir. And guys, the bike looks amazing right now with these gold wheels. Yeah, Yamaha, you guys messed this one up. Hey guys, that's it for this video, right? Got powder coated wheels now. I think the bike looks absolutely amazing. Until the next one, you guys stay safe.